The Lavender Witch and the Captain. One cold, quiet Sunday morning, in a lovely country cottage in Sheerness, Kelvin the Lavender Witch awoke. The soft light of dawn painted streaks across the bedroom walls as she stretched, ready for a peaceful day. Beside her, Captain David stirred. Even in sleep, he had the composed air of a starship captain. He opened his eyes, a warm smile spreading across his face as he looked at Kelvin. Downstairs in their kitchen, breakfast was a happy and content affair. Kelvin, in her casual lavender dress and heels, sipped her tea while David, already in his starship captain's outfit, reviewed reports on a datapad. Suddenly, a brilliant green light burst through the kitchen window. It was a startling intrusion into their peaceful morning, pulsing with an otherworldly energy that made the cutlery rattle on the table. The light flew in frantic circles around the room before darting towards Kelvin. It landed gently on her shoulder and solidified, its intense glow softening to reveal a small, shimmering figure. The creature was a beautiful green fairy, complete with a tiny dress, matching heels, and delicate, glowing wings. She leaned in and spoke into Kelvin's ear, her voice like the tinkling of bells. "I hear you're a witch that helps people. Could you please help me?" Kelvin's expression softened with compassion. "Of course," she replied, her voice warm and reassuring. "I will help in any way I can." As the words left her lips, the tiny fairy began to glow with an intense emerald light. The green fairy floated off Kelvin's shoulder and grew rapidly, her light filling the room. In a flash, she stood before them, a human-sized woman of ethereal beauty, her long green hair cascading down her back. In the living room, Kelvin and David sat opposite the fairy. "My name is Fiona," she explained, her voice filled with a desperate worry. "My best friend, Glaciella, the cyan fairy, has been missing for months." "I've been investigating," Fiona continued, her hands twisting in her lap. "I've found her. She's being held on an island in a large house belonging to the alleged Ice Witch, Hillary Clinton." Kelvin shot to her feet, her hands clenched into fists. "Hillary again!" she screamed, her voice a mix of pure fury and disbelief. "I just defeated her. Wow. Just wow." Fiona asked them to come to the fairy world to help rescue her friend. They agreed instantly. Fiona raised her hands, and a swirling green portal opened in the middle of their living room, humming with magical power. They stepped through. The world on the other side was breathtaking, a vibrant landscape of impossible flowers and delicate, glowing fairy buildings. The next thing they knew, the ground was gone, and they were flying. A strange, tingling sensation washed over Kelvin. She looked down to see she was now only 6 inches tall. A stunning, short lavender dress had replaced her own, complete with a tiny fairy hat, matching heels, and a pair of glowing lavender wings. David felt the change too. A wave of blue light washed over him, making him tingle from head to toe. He watched in disbelief as his sturdy captain's uniform began to shimmer, the dark fabric lightening to a brilliant cobalt blue. The stiff material of his uniform softened, flowing like silk. The sharp lines of his jacket melted away, reshaping into a gorgeous, short cobalt blue dress. His boots stretched and thinned, morphing into delicate blue heels that made him wobble unsteadily in the air. "What is happening?" he gasped, his voice sounding slightly higher. Just then, a pair of magnificent, glowing blue wings sprouted from his back, unfurling with a soft, magical chime. A matching blue fairy hat popped onto his head. The final change was the most startling. He felt a strange pulling sensation as his short brown hair cascaded down his back, instantly becoming long, thick, and wavy. His entire face softened, his jawline becoming more delicate, and his features strikingly feminine. Kelvin, the now lavender fairy, caught sight of him and burst into uncontrollable laughter. The sight of the stoic Captain David as a beautiful, blue-dressed fairy was simply too much to handle. So sorry, Fiona said, trying to stifle a giggle. I forgot to mention, no males are allowed here. She waved her hand, and David's features seemed to become even more refined and delicate. David, the now blue fairy, turned to Kelvin, his cheeks flushed. Do you think you've got this one, darling? I'll return home. Call me if you need me. Kelvin was still laughing. Haha, okay, Elsa. Bye, boo. They shared a quick kiss, and David flew back through the green portal. He found himself back in his living room, returned to his normal self, and dressed once more in his starship captain's outfit. He sat on the sofa to wait, the strange events already feeling like a wild dream.